Hi, everybody. This is Steve Maggi from SMA Law Firm. Welcome to a new edition of Building the Bridge. And I have the honor of having as my guest today, Andries Bonneur, who is the founder of Stage Global, which is a cultural exchange company working with people from all over the world. And today we're going to talk about the J-1 visa. Andries, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, Steve. Pleasure to be here.
So tell us about the J-1 visa. What's the purpose of it? And then how does it work in terms of interns versus trainees and qualifications for those?
Yeah, of course. Thanks. So we primarily work with the J-1 intern and J-1 trainee program. The J-1 program is set up for purpose of cultural exchange. You have a lot of different categories within the J-1 program, such as study, work and travel, summer camp, au pair, as well as the J-1 intern and the J-1 trainee program.
What's the difference between an intern and a trainee?
And a trainee. An intern is typically a student, so they're currently enrolled in a foreign education, so outside of the United States, or within 1 year after they finish the education, so after graduation. And an intern is someone who typically goes for a period of 6 to 12 months to gain professional experience in their field of education. A trainee is someone who already graduated and has at least 1 year of full-time work experience in their field of education, or if they have 5 years of full-time work experience. So trainees are typically a bit further in their professional career, and also they are able to go to the States to gain professional work experience, professional training basically in their field of education and work. And a trainee usually goes a bit longer for about 18 months, or 18 months is the max.
Right, and both of them require a US sponsor, which is usually a company, correct?
That is correct. So that's something that we provide together with our organizations in the States. In order to set this up, you need a host company, so a company that you're gonna do your training at.
Okay.
And you need a sponsor organization, which is something that we provide. And with that, you can apply for your J-1 visa, basically.
That's amazing, because so many people might have the qualifications, but they don't have any connections. Maybe they've never worked in the US, maybe they've never even been to the US, but they know that it's a resume builder for them, right?
Oh, it's such a wonderful program, especially to really gain that experience within a American organization. But indeed, it is difficult to find the right spots, especially when you're applying from the other side of the world. It's difficult for participants themselves to find a job, or I shouldn't call it a job, but like a position to get this internship or traineeship, as well as for the host, for the company. If they are receiving an application from somebody from the other side of the world without any additional support, they can be maybe a bit hesitant, because it can be difficult to then arrange everything. And
Very
that's
true, because
basically,
Stage is essentially vetting both sides.
correct.
So it's not just a blind application or a contact that's made on LinkedIn or something by someone that's unknown to the company, right?
Exactly. So what we do first is we vet the company. We make sure the company qualifies for the program and the company is aware of the purpose of the program, because it should not be replacing an American job. It's really a training within the company, gaining additional work experience. Oh, my apologies, my light just turned off here.
Yeah, the spirit of the J-1 is for people to use knowledge that they acquire in the United States in their home country when they return, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So the goal is for them to gain that experience abroad or in the States, and then after finishing the program successfully, to return home and basically use that experience at a future job. Yeah.
My experience has been that's also very positive when comparing this J-1 to other visa categories, is that the embassies are prioritizing J-1s in terms of processing and giving expedited appointments, which means that if you want to sponsor someone a few months from now in the US, you go through the process with Stage, right? And then the person can get an expedited appointment and actually be able to fly to the US and work.
That is correct. Yeah, and typically there's the whole visa application process for the J is quite quick. Sponsorships are arranged in a couple of weeks, and then typically there's a waiting period at the US embassy or consulate in their home country, which can depend a little bit on the time of the year. Sometimes it's a matter of days, can be also a couple of weeks, but it's relatively quick.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So if there is a company in the US that's interested in exploring this option of bringing in an intern or a trainee or candidate perhaps overseas that meets the qualifications and is interested in being matched, how do they get in touch with you?
So typically companies, they can reach out to us via email or through our website, a contact form as well. We first have a call with the host company to make sure that they qualify for the program and that the purpose of the program is clear.
Right.
And we do the same with the participant, just a quick scan to make sure that they qualify and that they have a good insight of what the program is about. And that's also done so for participants also throughout our website. They can pretty much fill out an application form. We schedule.
What's the email they should use to contact Stage?
If they are interested, for participants, my recommendation would be to go to stage-usa.com.
Okay.
And select the intern or trainee program and fill out the application for from there. That's free of charge and free of obligations, and we'll just invite them for a Zoom intake. As for host companies, and same for participants, if they want additional information, they can also email me, which is bonneur@stage-global.com, and we'll basically be in touch to explore the options.
Okay. Thank you for your time and your knowledge today, Andries.
Absolutely. You're welcome. Thanks, Steve.